Hi, my name is Vanessa Theofold, and I will be doing this intervention for a man named Nick Miller from Chicago. He is a 30-year-old man who lives in Los Angeles with his 3 roommates, Jess, Schmidt, and Winston. When his ex-girlfriend broke up with him, he let himself go and let laziness take over his life. According to him, he is not a successful adult. He does not eat vegetables or take care of himself. In the past, he has tried to exercise and take care of himself by getting trained by his friend and former roommate coach. This only lasted a few weeks, maybe even less than a week, because he thought it was pointless. Recently, he has decided to get his life back on track in order to build his confidence and counter his body image issues. He's worried that if he does not better himself, then he will no longer be able to attract his new roommate, Jess. There are 2 different theoretical guides that I've chosen for this intervention, the first being self-efficacy. This is the ability and belief and confidence in one's capabilities to perform a behavior successfully. There are 4 different ways that self-efficacy is built: through past performance, through vicarious experiences, through social persuasion, and through the physiological and affective states. All of these help with behavior, cognitions, and the effect of behavior. The next theoretical guide is the theory of planned behavior. It's basically the behavior is determined by their intention to perform that behavior, and that this intention is a function of their attitude. There are 4 components to the theory of planned behavior, or the theory of reasoned action. It is the attitude towards the behavior, the subjective norms, perceived behavioral control, and the intention behind everything. The better the attitude towards the action, the greater the perceived behavioral control, and the stronger the intention to perform the behavior. In terms of self-efficacy, Nick Miller would best be helped by vicarious experiences, social persuasion, and the physiological/affective states. It would play a big role in helping Nick feel confident in his ability to perform tasks like exercising, writing his book, shopping for nutritious foods, and being social. In vicarious experience, this is basically the observance of others' performance. So in terms of Nick, he can watch his close friends and roommates exercise and see how they make time in their day, despite working full-time jobs and maintaining a social life. This may show that he is capable of scheduling an hour or 2 to be physically active every day. He could do this by going to the gym, doing an at-home workout, or even just going on a walk around the park with one of his close friends. The next is social persuasion, which is the verbal and nonverbal tactics used by others. This could either be verbal encouragement, praises, or just giving him a pat on the back when he needs it. By giving him verbal encouragement throughout the day, it may help him build his confidence slowly, especially if it's coming from trustworthy friends. If Jess, Schmidt, and Winston show Nick that they believe in him and they know he will make a change in his life, then he may feel capable of doing it himself on his own rather than relying on other people. The last is the physiological and affective states. The physiological states basically refers to the heart rate, pain rate, sweat rate that they experience, while the affective states are more emotional and refer to the positive and negative emotions. By helping clients learn how to maintain an optimal level of physiological intensity for performing the task through relaxation techniques. And then in terms of Nick, he may feel tired and in pain at first, and he may use that as an excuse to quit, but after building the endurance throughout weeks of training, he may start to feel good. If we use other self-efficacy tactics, then we may be able to show him that he can really rally through the beginning stages of exercise. The next theoretical guide is the theory of planned behavior. 3 of these components really stuck out. Attitude, which is a person's overall evaluation of behavior. There are 2 different subcomponents: the behavioral beliefs and the outcome evaluation. In terms of Nick, he wants to better himself and push his limits when it comes to self-care, but due to his years of bad habits and the inability to push himself to work out, it may be hard for him to build his motivation from nothing, which basically means he just has to start from the ground up, which is hard for everyone. The next is the subjective normalities. It's a person's own estimate of the social pressure to perform. In terms of Nick, his roommates want to help him and want to push him to exercise, but they are putting vast amounts of pressure on him. And because of this, he is starting to feel performance anxiety and is hurting him rather than helping him. A different way they could help him by encouraging him to work out is by just giving him a pat on the back, a shoulder to cry on, maybe encouraging him to eat healthier when they go out to eat, or maybe buying him a motivational book if needed. And then lastly is perceived behavioral control. It's the extent to which a person feels able to control their behavior. It is situational and internal. All of these factors inhibit or facilitate the performance. And the application to the intervention, he wants to gain control of his situation, but he's held in this post-breakup funk, per se, and has shown sign that is making him feel like he can't push forward and he can't get out of it. But he has shown signs of wanting to push forward. He can just do this slowly by taking walks every day, getting his body moving rather than staying inside the apartment and feeling hopeless every day. Some obstacles he may run into are heartbreak, and the inability to move forward from his old relationship, as they dated for many years and were going to move in together. He can fix this by going to therapy and talking to somebody outside of his situation that may have a better look on everything. He can also surround himself with positive relationships like his friends and roommates and coworkers. The next is the inability to provide himself with nutritious meals and the drinking problem he may have. He owns a bar, so that does not help with one of those. But he can see a nutritionist, surround himself with healthy foods when he goes out to eat, and go to the bar less, which means managing from the side. And then the last is the confidence and body image issues. He can practice self-care, read affirmations in the morning if needed, anything that will help build his confidence slowly over time. But together, I believe these two theories would help most in his steps to building his body image and confidence over time. Thank you.